In this video, I'm going over how Vacation Tracker and TimeBot compare. It's going to be an honest comparison with how they are right now, and we're going to look at their strengths and weaknesses and also some of their features to figure out which one's best for you and your team. For an updated comparison table, check the link in the description. So here's the plan. First, I'm going to talk about who these are primarily built for, and then I'll get into the more specific stuff like pricing, integrations, and maybe even support details. All right, let's get into it. I know I might be a little bit biased because I work for Vacation Tracker, but I'm gonna do my best to give you just the facts. That way you can decide which platform is really best for you. With that said, Vacation Tracker can really support small teams all the way up to enterprise level teams, but it's great for those middle of the road companies that are ready to ditch the spreadsheets, and they might have a little bit more complexity to the leave types that they want to use. You might have different locations, different departments, different leave types depending on the seniority level, and we have all of that built into the product. Another really cool thing about it is that it's built to work in the platforms that you already use every day. So whether that's Slack or Microsoft Office or even Google Workspace, you can integrate it into that platform. That way people don't have to leave the platform in order to get time off or look at their balances. TimeBot is geared towards smaller teams with less people, and it really serves the companies that just want an easy solution for time tracking in Slack. It's a lightweight bot created by Rawbot, which is a company that makes Slack integrations, so it works really well as the easy setup, low-cost option for vacation tracking. Both of these platforms keep things very simple for the customers, with both of them being 100% focused on vacation tracking. But with that said, here are some of Vacation Tracker's main strengths. One of the most underrated things about Vacation Tracker is how frictionless it can be for the employees. For example, in Slack, all you have to do is type in this vacation command, and you'll be able to see the full dashboard where you can request leave, look at the remaining time off that you have, as well as a bunch of other stuff. It's only one command, so there's not a lot of navigating, no new tab, and no separate login. So for adoption from your employees, this is a really frictionless way to get that to happen. The second thing that stands out about Vacation Tracker when you compare it to all the other leave trackers out there is the depth of their policies. Over the years, we've found that a lot of companies have a lot of different ways to give leave to their employees. So whether you need accruals or blackout periods, probation periods, or time off in lieu, Vacation Tracker has it all. This means that you get to build the policies that you want and you don't have to have any workarounds. Another standout reason to use Vacation Tracker is that for most teams, you're up and running in under a day, and you can also get an onboarding call if you need it. Some companies say it's totally up to you to set up everything, and here at Vacation Tracker, we're working on making this as frictionless and as easy as possible for you to get set up. So if things look complicated when you first get into the app, you can get an onboarding call where one of our team members will help you set up everything. And lastly, like I've said before, it works across a lot of different platforms. It's not just Slack only, it works in Microsoft, Google, we have a mobile app, and you can even access it on the desktop. And that flexibility really matters for the teams that are growing, and you might use different tools in the future. Users of TimeBot constantly say how easy it is to set up. The Slack bot is installable in literal seconds, and you won't really need any training to learn the interface. And with that said, here are some of their main strengths. If your goal is to get off spreadsheets with zero configuration overhead, TimeBot can do that. The install is super quick, and there isn't much of a learning curve for employees to figure out how to use this in action. Also, everything happens in Slack. You can request the time off there, managers can approve the time off in Slack, and lastly, if you're a distributed team, TimeBot can support over 100 different country calendars. This means that if you have multiple offices in different countries, the calendar that's used in that country will be automatically used for TimeBot. So now that we've talked about each of their strengths, let's go over some weaknesses, because there are some. Vacation Tracker's scope is actually intentionally narrow because we don't want to be an HR system, we want to be the best at leave tracking. And even though we have integrations with ADP or Zapier, if you're looking for a platform that has a whole bunch of HR functions, Vacation Tracker won't be a good fit for you. TimeBot's weakness is in its simplicity. The feature set is more minimal and there isn't a lot of room to grow for your team. So if your team has complexity when it comes to leave rules, you'll probably hit the edge of what TimeBot can do pretty quickly. And one note for their free plan is that you'll only get 20 time off requests per month for your entire team. And this isn't really a reason to not use them because their paid programs are actually pretty cheap, but it's something to keep in mind. Alright, now with both of those tools laid out, let's look at the specifics. Vacation Tracker's core plan starts at $2 per user per month, and you can get the complete plan with everything you could possibly need when it comes to leave tracking for only $4 per user per month. Also, if you don't want to pay up front, you can use a 14-day free trial just to test it out. TimeBot's starter plan is only $1 per user per month, so at the entry level, it's a bit cheaper than Vacation Tracker, but like I said before, the feature gap can be significant for your team. Vacation Tracker takes the lead when it comes to integrations just because you can use it in more platforms. It also integrates into payroll softwares like ADP, and you can connect it to Zapier, which means you can basically connect it to anything. You'll also have to verify TimeBot's security information because we were unable to find anything there, but Vacation Tracker has a SOC 2 Type 2 certification, as well as GDPR compliance. The biggest difference here isn't really price, it's the ceiling that each of these are capable of. And TimeBot is actually really good if you just use Slack and you have very simple leave policies. And that's great if your time is just being sucked up by trying to use a spreadsheet with your team, but the moment your policies become more specific or more nuanced, Vacation Tracker probably is the better option. The good news is you can try both of them for free, so you won't be wasting much time or money at all if you want to try both of them out. If you want to try either of them, you can check the links in our description. Good luck, and we'll see you in the next video.